under siege, my family's fight to save our nation. And he joins us now from Palm Beach, Florida. All right, here's my first question for you. Does your dad listen to you when you give him an opinion?
I think he listens to everybody when you give an opinion. That's the amazing thing about Donald Trump. I saw this bill starting on construction sites when I was a little kid. He'd go up to the electrician who was putting an outlet in the wall. He would ask him his opinion, right? Then he'd go to the head of the construction company, ask his opinion, and ultimately he would formulate his own based on kind of the opinions of a lot of people and who he thought was credible and what great ideas kind of, rose to the top. And it's one of the things that makes the guy amazing.
All right. So I assume that you discuss politics with your father, correct?
Often.
And then your wife, Laura, very outspoken. You guys discuss. What percentage of the time do you think he listens to you? 80%?
Bill,
40?
I called him the morning of, and I'm in a unique position. He asked me to run the company when I was 33 years old, and I run one of the great real estate empires anywhere in the world. But, I called him the morning of November 6th. I go, Pops, I love you to death. I've been there since you came down the escalator. I've stood on that stage every single time. I've done thousands of speeches, and I'm going to get the hell out of politics at this point. I'm retiring. Congratulations. We won the Super Bowl, and, you're going to do a great job for the country. I'm going to do a great job for the company. But, no, listen, there's certain people in his inner circle that he listens to. I express my opinions all the time. And, we certainly share the same DNA in terms of how we think about these issues. I mean, you're talking about crime in these cities. Look what a great job he did in Washington, D.C. He cleaned up the crime in about 2 seconds flat. And then he's walking around the parks talking about how he wants to replace the grass to make it look beautiful, to make Washington, D.C. look like one of our golf courses. I think that's a beautiful thing for the country and a beautiful thing for the nation.
Yeah, it would be, but last time I was there, I got sprinkler on me because, no, I'm just fooling. Okay, now look, I'm going to ask you this question. You don't have to answer it. I don't want to embarrass you for your father, but do you ever disagree with him? Do you ever say, hey, Dad, maybe that's a little bit too much that you're doing here? Maybe we don't want to take over Canada? Maybe that's not the best plan.
Bill, in all fairness, I love the idea of taking over Canada. I also like the idea of taking Greenland, right? There are other countries you can keep that are neighbors of ours, but no, I do think Canada should be the 51st state. I certainly think Greenland. Listen, I think, joking aside, I think, every child has probably slight disagreements, with parents and philosophies and other things, but I've got to say this guy's the most transformational person. I mean, and the reason I stood on the stage is not Bill, the reason I stood on the stage is not because I need this job, believe me. It's because I care deeply, and I think the guy's doing a phenomenal job. As you saw today, when he talked to every single general about not having Admiral Ridge